Volcanoes and volcanic eruption. A landform on Earth's surface through molten rocks reach the surface is called a volcano. A volcano is an opening in the Earth's crust where lava, pyroclasts, and gases are given off during volcanic eruption. Hot molten rocks inside the Earth is called magma. Why magma rise to the surface and the surrounding rocks around it do not? Because magma is lighter or less dense than the surrounding rocks. Magma accumulate in magma chamber and rise because of the high temperature and extreme pressure. Molten rocks that reach Earth's surface is called lava. A volcano is an opening in the Earth's crust through which lava, volcanic ash, and gases escape. Volcanic eruptions are partly driven by pressure from dissolved gas, much as escaping gases force the cork out of a bottle of champagne. Beneath a volcano, liquid magma containing dissolved gases rises through the cracks in the Earth's crust. As the magma rises, pressure decreases, allowing the gases to form bubbles. How the magma or the lava behaves when it reaches the surface depends on both its gas content and chemical composition. Lavas with low silica contents have low viscosities and flow freely, allowing any gas bubbles to escape readily, while lavas with high silica contents are more viscous, meaning resistant to flow, so that any trapped gases cannot escape gradually. Here are some examples of volcanoes that can be found in the Philippines: Mount Bulusan, Mayon Volcano, and Mount Canlaon. Parts of a volcano. Number 1 is the cone. Number 2, crater or caldera. Number 3, volcanic vent. Number 4, magma chamber. Number 1 is the cone, formed by the mountainous accumulation of volcanic materials. Crater, steep wall depression at the peak or top of a volcano. Volcanic vent connects the crater to the magma chamber. Magma chamber, where the magma given off by the volcano comes from. How do volcanoes group? Volcanoes are grouped according to A. Shape and composition of the cone. B. According to activity. Kinds of volcano according to shape and composition of the cone. Number 1 is shield volcano. Number 2, cinder cone volcano. Number 3, composite volcanoes or stratovolcano. Shield volcano. A shield volcano has a wide base with gently sloping sides. The cone is made up of purely lava poured out during a quiet eruption. Mount Kilauea and Mauna Kea in Hawaii are examples of shield volcanoes. Mauna Loa, also located in Hawaii, is one of 5 volcanoes that form the island of Hawaii in the U.S. state of Hawaii in the Pacific Ocean, the largest subaerial volcano in both mass and volume. Mauna Loa has historically been considered the largest volcano on Earth. Number 2 is the cinder cone volcano. A cinder cone volcano is built mostly of loose fragments called cinders or pyroclasts and tephra. Cinder cone volcanoes are formed by explosive eruptions. Explosive eruptions eject lava and rocks into the air. The lava solidify into small pieces of pyroclasts called tephra. Example is Mount Paricutin in Mexico is an example of cinder cone volcano. Ismit Volcano in Philippines is also an example of cinder cone volcano. Composite or stratovolcano. Composite volcanoes are made up of alternating layers of lava and cinders or pyroclast. Composite volcanoes are formed when volcanic eruptions vary between quiet and explosive eruptions. When a violent eruption, large volume of pyroclast, lava, gases and ashes are ejected. When the eruption is quiet, large volume of lava is extruded over the top of the pyroclastic layer. Mount Mayon is a composite volcano. Mount Pinatubo is a composite volcano. Mount Fuji in Japan is also a composite volcano. Classification of volcanoes according to volcanic activities. Number 1 is active volcano. Number 2, dormant volcano. Number 3, extinct volcano. Volcanoes according to volcanic activity. Volcanoes are usually found near the plate boundaries or over geologically active hotspots. Here is an illustration of a volcanic stage: extinct volcano, dormant volcano, and active volcano. Active volcano. A volcano is considered active if it is currently erupting or showing regular signs of volcanic activities. An active volcano has a record of eruption within 50 years. Examples of active volcanoes are Mount Kilauea in Hawaii, Mount Mayon in the Philippines, Mount Canlaon in Philippines, Mount Fuji in Japan. What is formed when the top of a volcano collapses into a partially emptied magma chamber? It is called a caldera. A caldera is a large cauldron-like hollow that forms shortly after the emptying of a magma chamber in a volcanic eruption, when large volumes of magma are erupted over a short time. Structural support for the rock above the magma chamber is lost. The ground surface then collapses downward into the emptied or partially emptied magma chamber, leaving a massive depression at the surface. Examples of caldera is the Yellowstone in USA, Mount Taal in Philippines, Mount Apolaki in the Philippines. It is considered as an underwater volcano. Dormant volcanoes. Dormant volcanoes are those that have currently erupted but entered a long period of inactivity. Seismologists found out that the longer period of dormancy between volcanic eruptions will have a greater chance of having a very explosive eruption in the future. Examples of dormant volcano are Mount Pinatubo in the Philippines, which reached 600 years of dormancy, and erupted on June 15, 1991, which is the eruption of Mount Pinatubo, which is the second largest volcanic eruption on Earth on the 20th century. Another is Mount St. Helens in the USA, which reached 123 years of dormancy and erupted on 1980. Another dormant volcano that can be found in the Philippines is Mount Makiling. Extinct volcanoes. Extinct volcanoes are those that have not shown signs of activity for a long period of time. It has no record of eruption in the last 1,000 years. Examples of extinct volcanoes are Mount Black Butte of California, USA, Mount Vesuvius in Italy,